Ache. So we got little Durk. Obviously, he's locked up. Put my hat on. Put my hat on. One sec. The lemon, honey, ginger because I've been calast. By the way, it says little Durk reportedly held in 23-hour-a-day solitary for the past 131 days over Apple Watch. Little Durk has spent more than 4 months in solitary confinement at a MDC Los Angeles lot in a small cell for 23 hours a day as his legal team demands answers over what they call a lack of due process tied to illegal contraband Apple Watch. Durk's lawyer, and it just kind of explains, look, I'm gonna explain this, guys, yeah? Someone that's been to prison and spent 10 years of his life in prison. Little Durk is in prison for he's for murder, yeah? Like contract to hire for killing, yeah? And a number of other cases. And he's a A-list American celebrity. He's a celebrity around the world. Safe to say, yeah? Okay, cool. You see, a Apple Watch is a security breach. It's a security breach to the prison. Apple Watch could be deemed as loads of things. You could be breaking out of the prison. You could be doing whatever you needed to do. If he's in prison for relating to hiring of a killing, obviously they're basically saying he's a conspirator. He makes the calls. He's the man that makes the calls and pulls all the plugs. So if he's got an Apple Watch, it means that he can also make the calls and do what he needs to do. So him being in solitary confinement, to be honest, is quite normal. Like, there's some prisons that when you're in 23-hour bang up anyway. So for him look, I don't know what the laws are, but I know in the UK, you're meant to come out your door, you're out for at least 30 minutes a day. They say an hour or 30 minutes. That's by law. So when it says 23-hour bang up in solitary confinement, that's kind of, it's the norm. It's not anything. And this is what this guy had to say. This is what
Lil Durk is actually living in hell right now. Like, I don't know if you guys know the extent of it, but basically, rapper Lil Durk got locked up about 2 years ago for murder for hire charges. And usually things go well when you're on good behavior in jail, but Lil Durk just messed up, like bad, and now he's in way worse confinement conditions than he was before. So he is now in isolated confinement for 23 hours a day, like actually going insane. 23 hours a day, isolated confinement for what you may have.
I want you to understand, this is normal. This is not anything that is not in the norm. If you was to fight, you go to solitary confinement, 28 days. I remember when I was in solitary confinement for 4 months. That was for fighting. So this is not anything that's not normal. Bro, you got caught with an Apple Watch. It's just the norm. When you're in jail, this is why a lot of people come out with mental health issues and whatnot.
Having an Apple Watch in prison. Yes, Durk was caught with an Apple Watch, which he was secretly using for outside communication and social media. Very, very illegal. So now we get this post from Lil Durk on his story. I guess he has time to reflect in there or something, but this is the cold hard truth, right? All those rappers you saw around Lil Durk all the time before he got locked up. You're talking Young Thug, Future, 21 Savage, crickets, right? No more free Durk, no more posting Durk, no more calling Durk, nothing. Why? Because
these people don't understand, bro. And I saw a clip where someone put a narrative like, "Oh, Durk is leaving the court." What I think it was Durk's child's mum or Durk's mum is leaving the courtroom on his own, bro. They're saying he's a gang leader, bro. The love for Durk has not gone nowhere. Why is if he's gone on trial, he's probably speaking to his people like, you stop saying free Durk. Don't be saying none of that. Let's just get through the trial and deal with it, bro. Just use logic. But obviously, when you're not from that world, you hear people like this guy saying about, oh, where's everyone speaking about it?
He was a pawn to popularity. Lil Durk was one of the hottest in the game when he got locked.
You can't make this up. But let's talk about the Apple Watch. Just get into that.
So Lil Durk is going through it, y'all. He's been reportedly now been in solitary confinement since August 29. And he was there without a formal disciplinary hearing. Now, it was alleged that he had like a Apple Watch in jail and this and third. And I think people think that that's probably why he was,
Yeah, there's a security risk. You don't need a disciplinary hearing. You can be on something called good order and discipline. So good order and discipline means that, bro, they don't need to have any proof. They could have intelligence. And that's what they done with me. They had intelligence that someone that I didn't get on with came to the jail and that I ordered a hit out for him. And then I'll end up staying in the block for months. So that's the same thing that's happening with Little Durk. This is the stuff. This is what happens. He's a celebrity. They're saying he's an A-list killer. He's the head of OTF. King Vom died, R.I.P. There's many people that's died. There's people that's been clipped. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Come on, guys. Like, this is the reality.
Kind of isolated. And so according to court filings, he's been on a 23-hour lockdown a day, no commissary, and one phone call per month. No in-person visitation. They're actually having a hearing tomorrow to talk about this. I feel bad for Schmirk. Because I think, he a Chicago dude. And I'm not accusing other people of not being real in the music business, because I think there's a lot of real niggas in there. But they know at what point to stop playing the real nigga card. I think Durk thought that the real nigga, card was going to last longer than it did. Because as soon as he got locked up, I could tell all of his friends was like, this nigga's stupid. He actually really put a hit on a nigga.
To be honest, energies always change. When you're that person, you get me? Energies always change, bro. People's energy changes. Get me? Like, oh yeah, man's away now. Okay, I'm gonna be normal. And this is just kind of the truth of it, and this is kind of what actually happens. But let's give an update of actually what's going on with his trial. Yeah.
Reports that the Little Durk trial has been moved are false. His trial, Durk Banks, is still scheduled to go to trial on January 20th. The government and some of the co-defendants have asked to push that back to March 26th. The judge still has to approve that. And what's going to happen here is the judge has to consider your rights under the Speedy Trial Act. Typically in federal court, you have 70 days to take a defendant to trial if you're the prosecutor. Now, what often happens is the two sides agree to put that time off because they both need time to prepare, file motions, whatever the case might be. In this case, Durk is saying, I'm not going to put the time off anymore. I want to go to trial. However, there's a law in federal court that if you're joined for trial with your co-defendants, then you guys all go together at the same time unless the court accepts your objection to your co-defendants putting the trial.
Well, at the end of the day, he's been in jail for over 2 years. And them keep on putting the trial off. Bro, God willing that the boy Durk comes home. When he comes home, bro, his mindset and the mental, he is definitely going to have to see some therapists because just going through all of that is a lot. Yeah.
Or a motion to sever. In this case, what I expect to happen, you guys saw yesterday there was a filing from Durk's lawyers saying, look, he's being held in these horrible conditions and solitary, 23 hours a day locked up in a cell. I suspect they're going to file a motion to sever and object to putting the trial off, arguing that, look at the conditions he's in. He can't wait anymore. He shouldn't have to wait anymore. Those other guys aren't ready. He's ready. Go to trial. What will the judge do? Not clear. Very interesting point here. There were 6 defendants in this case. That means Durk had 5 co-defendants. 3 are asking to push the trial back. Okay, Durk is 4. He wants the trial to go. Okay, what are the other 2 doing? The fact that they haven't made any motion to push the trial back, and the fact that their trial is coming up and that they're not mentioned in the stipulation where the 3 defendants who do want to push the trial back are like, hey, the 3 of us want to push the trial back, Durk doesn't. What about the other 2? Nothing's being said about the other 2. What's going on with those other 2 defendants? What's their plans for trial? We will have to wait and see. There is a hearing today in the case.
Be honest, if 3-4 people was asking to push the trial back, the trial 9 times out of 10 is going to get pushed back. But the judge might be like, listen, you're wasting taxpayers' money, bro. This trial has to go on at this date. What do you mean? You should be ready. If the prosecution is asking to push the trial back, 9 times out of 10, the judge is more lenient towards the prosecution. So the defendants, they might be like, you need to be ready.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend, but I expect some significant news to come out of the hearing either later today or at some point in the coming.
Anyway, Let me know your thoughts in the comments, just about updates with Durk's trial and him in solitary confinement. This is just a normal thing, guys. Anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.